Fandom, how's it going? Today we are going to be reviewing the Killing Joke animated movie. We're going to see if this 1988 classic story that's been adapted to film is worth your view. So, let's get into it. Based off the classic 1988 graphic novel, The Killing Joke was a landmark achievement in storytelling because of a few things. One, it really explored the relationship between the Joker and Batman, and this was kind of the first time that it did that, because it showed that Batman and the Joker really are kind of two sides of the same coin to a certain extent. And in the story, what Joker aims to prove is that one day, just off of one bad day, anybody can become the Joker. Now, he goes about doing this by basically shooting Barbara Gordon and kidnapping Commissioner Gordon and exposing him to some really freaky and horrible things. I know recently The Killing Joke has come under fire because of events that were portrayed inside of the graphic novel in the 1980s that I'm 100% certain DC would never approve of today. Mainly the portrayal of the character of Barbara Gordon. It's in this aspect that the film actually diverges quite a good amount from the actual book. In the film, you're getting more of a backstory to Barbara Gordon, and she actually has kind of like a mini episode crunched into the beginning of this. You really don't actually get into the Killing Joke story until about 30 minutes into the actual film, which is kind of my first criticism of it. Obviously understand why the writers and the artists and the animation team that worked on the film decided to do this, because of the fact that, especially with this day and age and how things are, showing Barbara Gordon just getting shot and showing her, having pictures taken of her and the alleged scenes that do go down in the graphic novel would not fly. It just would not fly. So what they try to do is that they try to establish her as a stronger character, and in that aspect, I do understand it and I do appreciate those moments. I just think to the overall story, it just feels a bit padded out, because you have to wait and go through this 30-minute exploration of who the character is and them showing that yes, she is competent, yes, she is a badass in her own right. It just feels like they shoved it into the beginning of the movie, and it's too much. It's too much for an already tight script that The Killing Joke had, because really when you read The Killing Joke is only about 76-80 pages. It's really short, and Bruce Timm, the animation director, actually at Comic-Con this weekend has gone on record as saying, yeah, there was really no way that we could do just The Killing Joke script because there's not enough for a full-length movie. So they had to end up eventually padding it out, and I do understand that. I really do. But I just don't think that it works that well. I think it's just more of a time filler, and overall, aside from exploring who Barbara is as a character, it really doesn't add much to the film. Now, slight spoilers for something that I'm sure it's going to get the fanboys just absolutely bonkers. In the movie, Barbara and Batman actually end up hooking up, and they show a quick little glimpse of it. They don't show, the full scene and everything like that. This is a rated R film, by the way. And what you do notice is that it kind of comes out of left field. And I know a lot of fanboys are going to be extremely pissed at this, but the fact is that in the Bruce Timm Batman animated universe, it's been established on multiple occasions that, yeah, Bruce and Barbara have actually had a relationship in the past, including Batman Beyond, where in Batman Beyond, Barbara Gordon actually goes to Terry McGinnis and says, yeah, this is why I quit, because I had a relationship with Bruce and things went absolutely bad. Do I think this particular scene really adds much to the overall story? Not really. I mean, it does give some kind of a cadence for Bruce to go after the Joker, and it does establish, yeah, I'm kind of more mad that I'm going to have to go after the Joker now because he did this to Barbara. I get that, and I get that point, and I get that they're trying to flesh out that relationship a little bit more, but it just felt a little bit too rushed for my taste. Now, once they actually start getting into the Killing Joke aspect of the film, that's really where this movie shines. I think that's the strongest point of it. I think that the more that they pull from Alan Moore's original script, the better the film really is, because you got Alan Moore. I mean, really, Alan Moore is considered by most a comic god. What he writes is basically gold, especially during that 1980s time period. Not so much now, but during that time period, The script for The Killing Joke was revolutionary. It's really tight, it's really just condensed, and it's really just on point. Boom, 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 this is what happens, this is what happens. And the last third of this film is exactly like that. It's exactly The Killing Joke, the movie that you wanted to see, and it's well worth the price of admission in that aspect. If you are looking for a straight up adaptation of The Killing Joke, the last third of this film is for the most part, up until you get to the ending, which I'll get to that in a moment, dead on. The ending. I'm not going to spoil the ending for you here. I really won't. I think you guys should definitely go out and see this film. But I will say that they do take just a few liberties here and there, and they change a little bit of the dialogue, and they change some of the scenes. And it works. It does work. However, for me, I still prefer the original Alan Moore ending because of the fact that it does leave it a bit more ambiguous, and it's kind of, okay, think about it like this. It's kind of like right before the last, absolute last punchline of The Killing Joke. If you've read that story, they cut it off. Yes, you still get the dialogue, you get the joke, and you get the laughing bit at the end of The Killing Joke, but there's a little bit more in the graphic novel that they cut off right before that, and they changed a little bit. I know a lot of fanboys are going to be just pissed when they see it. I really do. I know a lot of them are going to be extremely angry. Me personally, I thought it's an overall great ending. It really, for me, does not hold a candle to the original Alan Moore ending. Let's talk about the animation for a bit. Warner Brothers really brought their A-list, A-game team onto this. I mean, they brought back Bruce Timm, they brought back a lot of the guys that worked on Batman the Animated Series for this project, and it really does show, but it also kind of shows that they were working on a really tight budget, because there are a few frames in here where I'm like, that was really choppy, that was a little bit rough. They could have used a few more frames in there, and it does show that there are a few scenes that are better than the other ones. There's one in particular scene where Batman is walking down the hallway in Arkham Asylum where I'm like, I'm not entirely sure if you were trying to recreate Brian Boland's panel-to-panel style, or if this was just done on such a cheap budget. So from that aspect, I'm like, okay, you know, I could look past this. The coloring, animation, other than that, was solid all around, honestly. And you've got the best of the best for voice actors. You've got, you know, Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, they're all reprising their roles. I will say that the voice actress for Barbara at times was a bit stiff. Tara Strong, and if you've heard Tara Strong's voice acting, she usually does a great job, but there's just a few moments here and here where I'm like, you could have probably used another pass on that line. Overall, look, there are certain ways that you can do an adaptation. You can do a direct adaptation, you can do an adaptation that is kind of direct, but for the most part catches the spirit of what you're doing, or you can do an adaptation where you absolutely just blow off the source material and it's an adaptation in name only. This was more of an adaptation where they follow the script, but they add things to it to kind of heighten it. They give Barbara more of a sense of purpose in here. She's not just the woman in the fridge type material. She's not, you know, the damsel in distress. They show that she is actually very strong, and they show that she is actually capable of holding her own. So for that aspect, I really did like it. I do have my slight problems with it, but if you are looking for a great Killing Joke movie, if you're looking for an adaptation of Alan Moore's classic work, I think you'll enjoy this a lot. I really do. I had a great time watching this last night with a few of my buddies. I was able to go to like a special screening that they held in their theater that they shouldn't have been holding, but I was able to go to it, and it was a really, really great time overall. I had fun, and I think you will too. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I urge you, check out some of my other videos. Comment, subscribe, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about The Killing Joke. Did you like the movie? Did you like the graphic novel? Let me know down there. If you feel so inclined and you like this video, please help me by donating to my PayPal account. That's going to be found right there. Helps keep the light on, helps pay me back for some of the editing and some of the buying of the books and things like that. If you can, check out some of my other videos. I do weekly reviews of hardcovers, trade paperbacks, special editions, all that good stuff, and I talk about pretty much everything nerdy. Love you guys. Have a great day.